Good afternoon and welcome to the new students who are joining us here at Bank Street today. Today is your orientation and the Biber Lecture. The Biber Lecture is the closest thing that Bank Street has to an opening convocation. It's convocation Bank Street style. Your experience at Bank Street will include two very significant convocations. First is the Biber Lecture, and second is your graduation convocation when you leave Bank Street to join the ranks of the thousands of educational leaders who proudly wear the progressive mantle as they shape the future through their work with children and families. At today's convocation, as well as at graduation, you are surrounded by the Bank Street community. People who've dedicated their lives to ensuring the development of exemplary educators and school leaders. As new students, you'll get to know your faculty very intimately while you're here at Bank Street. Some of you may have coursework, some of you may get to know them through special seminars and programs that are offered throughout the year. And one member of the faculty will become your special someone, your advisor, through supervised fieldwork portion of your program. The real work at Bank Street is performed each and every day by the exemplary men and women represented here today. The faculty, teachers, students, alumni, children and support staff and families. It's their commitment and your commitment as new students to Bank Street to the development of children and hence our future that makes Bank Street like no other educating institution in the country. Thank you for your tireless dedication and your dedication in the years to come. Like the many students who've come before you, I hope you're excited and proud to become a member of the Bank Street family. At the same time, you may be a little bit anxious about the unknown. Don't be. Our job is to help you successfully navigate through the programs, assessments, career planning, and credentialing process. They're all part of becoming a school teacher, leader, and educator in today's world. For us, there's no better way to start you on your journey than the Biber Lecture. Dr. Barbara Biber was the chair of the Child Development faculty at Bank Street from 1931 to 1960. She directed the research division from 1950 to 1963, where she focused on early education theory, child psychology, and social theory. In 1973, she became a distinguished research scholar emerita at the college. As a key figure in shaping the Bank Street we know today, this lecture memorializes her legacy. We are fortunate to have with us, I hope today, if they've arrived, Marjorie and Ray Franklin. There they are, they've arrived, all right. Marjorie is Dr. Biber's daughter, and her son-in-law are with us today, and they are also part of the Bank Street family. Barbara Biber continually sought to understand how children grow and develop within a world that was developing and changing. At the age of 80, she was still actively contributing to the field when she completed one of her many works, Early Education and Psychological Development, in 1984. That is why each year the Biber Lecture addresses a prescient topic in education. For those of you who are tweeters in the crowd, the tweet hashtag for this year's Biber Lecture is hashtag Biber, B-I-B-E-R 19. And now, to introduce the 19th Annual Biber Lecture is Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Nancy Gropper.
I think the one person that Virginia did not introduce was herself. You've just listened to Virginia Roach, Dean of the Graduate School. So I want to add my welcome to Virginia and say that it is actually my pleasure and privilege to introduce this year's presenter, Jacques D'Amboise, a man who has made the world a richer place for all of us. As so many of you know, Jacques is renowned as one of the world's most accomplished classical dancers. At 15 years of age, he joined the newly founded New York City Ballet, and in only a few years was promoted to soloist, and had more works choreographed for him by ballet master George Balanchine than any other dancer, with his portrayal of Apollo considered definitive. As a choreographer, Jacques' credits include almost 20 works commissioned for New York City Ballet. Jacques was also in the movies. He appeared in the films Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, The Best Things in Life Are Free, Carousel, and Offbeat. He also performed on Broadway in the musical comedy Shinbone Alley. But while still dancing, Jacques began a career in arts education when in 1976 he founded the National Dance Institute, a program designed to foster an appreciation of the arts while building children's self-esteem. It is a dance program that starts with what children can do and works with all children, including those with hearing, physical, and visual impairments. NDI holds its dancers to high standards, bringing them forward by providing honest feedback while honoring their efforts and progress. At the end of each school year, all children in the program participate in a professionally choreographed performance that serves to affirm their success to themselves and to their families. This approach to working with children is what you new Bank Street students will be immersed in the coming years. Since its beginnings, NDI and its affiliates have touched an estimated 2 million children in New York, the United States, and abroad. And stories abound about the difference it has made in the lives of so many of them. A 1984 PBS documentary film about Jacques' work with NDI won an Academy Award, 6 Emmy Awards, the Peabody Award, the Golden Scene Award, and the National Education Association Award for the advancement of learning through broadcasting. Deservedly, Jacques has been recognized over and over again for his life's work. Among the many awards he has received are the Governor's Award for Outstanding Contributions to the Arts and Culture of New York, the Paul Robeson Award for Excellence in the Field of Humanities, a 1990 MacArthur Fellowship, the Kennedy Center Honors, an induction into the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, and I'm only naming a few. This is not Jacques' first visit to Bank Street. He's received 12 honorary doctorates, including one from Bank Street in the 1990s. In addition, he and the teaching artists at NDI, a few of whom are here today, have collaborated with Bank Street on a course in which graduate students participated in dance classes with school children and used the experience as a text to reflect on the teaching learning process. Most recently, Jacques has been the visiting artist in the School for Children, and with a grandchild joining the school this year, we trust we'll be seeing a lot more of him. So please join me in welcoming Jacques D'Amboise.
I want to introduce what we're going to be doing. This is Jerry Coleman, who's the musical director. This is the artistic director of NDI for the last 20 years. I don't belong in universities, I don't. And I was dean and full professor at SUNY Purchase, and I realized I didn't belong here. I quit. But the other dean said, you can't quit because you made light of tenure. You've got tenure. But the only good thing came out of it is that Ellen was one of my people. So Ellen runs the program for 20 years, and then she brings beautiful dancers to come. No. You. She's trying to hide. Mary Kennedy. Mary teaches in the school, I don't know how many schools, but in 1 week during the school year, roughly during the week, how many children do you teach?
About 450.
450? For a school year?
Yeah.
That's what it's. Eileen here? Eileen? Now, how do we keep touch? Because Ellen, how many are we teaching every week?
Well, this year, 6,000.
6,000 children. And our teachers, Mary does 450, and another one does 600, another one does, and all of them musicians play, but to hold it all together, it's Aileen who knows all, how many, 6,000? all their names. Yes, so,
Samantha Bell.
and by the way, Jerry, how many musicians do you work with?
Roughly 20 on staff.
Every class has live musicians.
That's great.
Okay, so they said, this program's going to be a little bit less than an hour, so I'm going to be quick, because you want to see what's cooking. So we just are a support staff for the most important thing there is, which is children. Children are everything. You know it. Because you were a child. Let's hope you kept the child in you as you go through life, not to lose it. I worked with Buckminster Fuller in Santa Barbara at the university there. And he was 80 years old, and he just, what is that, a toy? How does that work? Look at that. He was so curious, he was a 5-year-old. It was wonderful to be around. Anyway, so our purpose is to influence, to help children achieve natural, wonderful excellence by using dance and music and storytelling in the arts, but mostly dance, as a kind of environment. So let's meet some of the children. We have 6,000. We asked a small group. How many did we ask?
I asked 9, I think 8 maybe.
All
This is
right.
the first year.
So, children, take your places, dancers. I got a phone call from this woman, wonderful woman. She said, come to my house. And she owns Lafitte Rothschild. Why? The Rothschild family. And there's a bottle of Lafitte and her son, a teenager about to go to college for Brown, and her husband. And she said, when I got married, she's an Israeli girl and got married, and her father was the big hero of Israel. Paul Newman played him in a movie, Exodus. That's her father. She said, my papa gave me $5,000 as a wedding gift. I asked Maddie to invest it, and I want you to have it. It was like $180,000. She said, here, this is for you, for dreams. Jacques is dream money. Well, I always wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail. So I called my son George and I said, can you take off and join me? And we'll hike the Appalachian Trail. We'll go from north to south. It's 2,020 miles. And so we backpacked it. And when I was in North Carolina, on that Appalachian chain, I saw this dance. This is an Appalachian clog dance, which is a mixture of black African slaves. And by the way, that's kind of silly that we say that, because they say, oh, it's a white guy, it's a black guy. I'm pink. We're not white, we're pink, and they're not black, they're beautiful shades of brown. How do we do this stupid thing like that? But anyway, so they would escape, and they would get with Cherokee Indians and Scotch and Irish immigrants in these little valleys in Appalachia, and they invented that dance. That's a mixture of right? It's a kind of wonderful mixture that came out. And I didn't know about it. I was hiking through it. I met this guy, and he said, come, I'm doing a dance. And I came and I saw it. And I asked him to come up and invent that. So he invented it, and one of our, what's it, Tim Harris? The music. And anyway, so someday maybe we'll do a whole evening of Appalachian clog dancing. The Appalachian Mountains are supposedly among the oldest on Earth. The highest one is maybe 6,000 feet, Great Smokies there. But originally they were 3,500 feet, 38,000 feet high. Everest is 28. And they've been worn down. And when you hike in that area, you come to those little hollows with ferns the size of the piano and spooky, and you somehow know that you're with ancientness. Anyway, so that was that dance. I thought, now that you've met the children and the teachers, to just ask a question. I asked myself, I started dancing at 7, professionally at 8. Count Sheen choreographed for me. I was Puck in Midsummer Night's Dream. I still remember. I still remember that. Dancing around me. I didn't even ask myself the question until I was in my late 20s or 30s. What is dance? And I had read this book by Havelock Ellis, which I thought was a hot porno book because it said human sexuality. 14 or something. Got this book. And he said that the first arts that was developed by our species, or even before our species, was dance and architecture. And I thought, well, wait a minute, what about music? How can we have dance without music? Well, first of all, there's a big mistake in our language. It's not thunder and lightning, it's lightning and thunder. This is a clap. But unless I move, there's no sound. The Big Bang is not. It's the big move that caused the big sound. Movement precedes sound. Robert Burns knew this. He had some cute girl. I always thought maybe she was a barmaid dancing barefoot on his piano in some saloon in Edinburgh or Glasgow. And when Maria Tolchev died, the beautiful ballerina, just 3 or 4 months ago, I went out to Chicago, and I thought, how do you say about what Maria was? And there's Robert Burns that already said it. See how Maria leads the dance. She's life itself. I never saw a foot more nimble or more eloquent. It speaks in the sweet, whispering poetry it makes shames for musicians. See how Maria leads the dance. She's life itself, a goddess. And from such an exalted state, he brings it right down to her foot. It's dancing feet, not dancing ears and elbows. It's feet. I never saw a foot more nimble or more eloquent. The word set you up eloquent. It speaks, and the sweet whispering poetry it makes shames the musicians. Well, it's just that dance takes precedent. Movement takes precedent over sound. Try to play the piano. Ah, you're moving. Try to sing. Moving. Anyway. So I started thinking, what is dance? And what did he mean by architecture? And I realized that architecture is everything. Because we think of architecture, how wide is the room, where's the door, where's the kitchen, the bathroom, where's the back door, how high, how many stories. Architecture is the ordering of everything. For example, if I don't have my coffee in the morning, I'm no good for the rest of the day. Architecture of my day, the ordering. Oh, there is 1, there is 2. Oh, there's 1, take away 1, there is 0. Numbers, the architecture of concepts, ideas. Architecture is the ordering of everything. As we speak, probably on each inch of us, I don't know how many million particles go through. Every inch of space, millions of particles go through every second. Every second. And they're so small, they go through matter as if they were a spaceship going between planets. That's how small they are. And they move almost at the speed of light. I was lunch with a whole bunch of MacArthur fellows. The guy who makes the cameras, Mars rover, those cameras on the Mars rover, that's Mark. We're on a boat off the coast of Turkey, and all these guys are talking about physics and it. And I said, who said? How do we know that nothing's faster than the speed of light? And immediately they said, well, it's been proven because certain experiments wouldn't have worked if it wasn't so. And I later started thinking, there is something faster than the speed of light. You know what it is? Now. Now. Try and capture that. Now. Listen. Now. Oh, listen. That moment between the past and the future. That moment now. I'm happiest when I'm with you now. Goodbye for now. We use it all the time without thinking what it means. That instant now. Anyway, I presented that to all these physicists on the boat, Mark, and they all, ha, ha, ha. So, anyway, Havelock Ellis, I think 14, really got me thinking. And I started to try to understand classical ballet. What is movement? What is dance? What is dance? Oh, it's the expression of emotion. Oh, it's rhythm. Oh, it is all of those things. It's the invention that human beings have made to express emotion. by controlling the ordering of how we move in space and the time we move. The time. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Big Bang. 1001. 4 seconds. Four counts of anguish. One, two, three, four. Four counts of anguish. I didn't go, oh, I'm hurting, because what hurts? Your ribs when you're full of anguish. Your elbows are closest, so. But engage the audience by this, which is a sign of help me. And that's controlling how I move to time to express emotion. It's a wonderful art. So I thought, how do you teach children this? Well, first of all, you have to know how you move. We fall. We fall. Hey. How you do? We fall. It's so easy. We're standing straight. We're balanced. We want to go to you. I use some little muscles on the ball of the feet to throw my balance off. And I save for myself from not falling on my face. And watch babies when they're learning. So first thing is to learn how you control where you move and the time. I know how I can move up and down. And there's only 4 ways. This way. This way. And a combination. That's it. Up and down. 3 exercises, 3 ways of moving so that we can learn twice as fast. Faster. Faster. How do we move out of this space? I can move to you by taking a step, but I don't move to you if it goes here. So I have to know where front is, directly here. Oh, I'm moving sideways. Oh, back. On a line. So, a bunch of very smart French people got together. Most of them were fencing people. You don't go. So they developed a system. All those early dancers of ballet in the court of Louis XIV were fencing masters. And they developed a system of movement, and it became the exercises of a classical ballet, which we do first position, front, side, back, make a circle. Let's see. Put your leg up, bring it down. Watch. Bring it down. Go the other way first. Go right. And left first. Put your arm down. It comes from someplace. Bring your arm forward. Oh no, not there. Come from someplace. It comes from somewhere. So they developed all these wonderful ways, and I thought, okay, if dance is control of how you move in space, if I go forward, and right back again. I'm in the center of a clock and I touch 12 o'clock. Well, wait a minute. If I'm facing this way, it's touch 12 o'clock. It's sideways to you. So front, side, and back, you don't know where it is unless you have a point of reference that you are in one place, the home, and you have 360 degrees of choices, and also as high as this way with your leg. And all the ballet and all dance movement is a combination of that. So I said, learn, children, where you are in the center of the clock, and let's put your right foot on it. Let's put it on 3. Let's put it on 6. Let's do 6, 3, 12, back, 1, 11. So that's basically what I started teaching in school systems. And if we could take some of our dancers and some of our teachers, Tracy, please, Tracy. Tracy is one of your alumni. Tracy, how many of you teach? Well, she runs a program all over Colorado.
4,000 a year.
Good, dancers, please. Let's do a sample class. Mary. Now, this is applying to every teacher. Spread out. No lines. See, we say line up, and everybody lines up. It's like the military. And you see the front person and everybody behind is hiding. Spread out so I can see you. Beautifully done. Right? You're in the middle of the clock. Jump up in the air and land right in the center. Go ahead. Now when you jump, lift your feet, put it there. Go ahead. Good. Lift your feet, go in the air and land on 3, and then go back to the center. Go ahead. Go back to the center. Go to your left, to 9. Go back. Good. Everybody together. 3, center, 9. Go! A 1, a 4, go to 6 o'clock. Go. Go back to center. I want you to do 12, center, 3, center, 9, center, 6, center. Go. Yeah, go ahead. It's okay. It's a 2, please. 4, 5. It's 9. Go ahead. Go. That's 3. Well, sorry. 3. Go ahead. Come on.
Can you keep the pattern?
Good. Go to 12. Go back to center. Good. Don't fall over. Go to 3. Go back to center. Go to 9. On our clock, where's 9? Now behind you there's 6. Can you land on it? Go back to center. Good. Stop. Floor, that's floor. Pick something. What are you taking so long? 8. Good. Good. Good luck. I want you to put your right foot on 12 and bring it back. Bring it back. Put it on 9. Come on, right foot on 9. No. Correct. 3. Now left foot on 3. Now jump to the 3 o'clock. Like that. Good. Everybody do it. Ready?
Wait, what?
12, come back.
3.
Let's do it.
No.
Oh, that's right. By the way, remind me. Go ahead. Now, everybody jump. Go this way. Left. Go back. Now, there's a mistake. Do it again. Just a jump. Before he did this. Excellent. Just one. Well done. With your eyes shut. You do it. Oh. Right. Sit down, my dear dancers. We're going to challenge you. But you see, the teacher made a mistake. I had a brother Norbert. I had 1 year of high school. And then I joined the Court Ballet. That was it. Brother Norbert, I'll never forget. And he did something incredible. He was teaching us geometry and things like that. And I'll make it very simple, what he did. This is a metaphor for what he did. Took a piece of chalk and he wrote 2 plus 2 equal 4. Okay? And then he said, I'm making it very simple. Right? Erase it. Then he could write backwards. Right? 2 plus 2 equal, and he wrote 5. And everybody. And he said, why are you looking at me that way? What's the matter? 2 and 2 make, oh! Sorry, I made a mistake. Why didn't you speak up? Your teacher can be wrong. It was his way of showing you question everything. And don't be afraid to speak up. I think he may have been the best teacher I ever had. I kept writing him postcards over the years. He had retired and went to a home in Connecticut for the Maris brothers. He was a Maris brother. And I kind of wrote it for about 10 years or so and then stopped writing. About 20 years or so, I got a letter from the head of the hospital said, Brother Maris has died, and on the side of his bed, every postcard you ever sent. So every one of you teach. You have no idea the effect you have on people. And they don't really have the effect that you have on them until later when they realize, my God, what a teacher she was. What a teacher. Right, Tracy? Okay, let's do an example. I have no idea. We're going to invent it. Mary Kennedy, come help me. Tracy, you take the back. I'm going to step out of it. Ellen, would you take one of the sides? By the way, here's an example. At NDI, the most important person in the class is the one having the most trouble. And every teacher knows where they are. They usually have one. Girls in their rooms. 2 eyes. So how do you defeat that? Well, that person becomes the most important person in the class. The loser becomes the most important person in the class. And was never the first line, the second line. You in the back, the 8th line. How do we defeat it? Al, give us a step. Very simple. Just a warm-up step.
A warm-up step.
Just quick. Anything very simple, very simple. 4 counts.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. Let's see you do it. Do it again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now do it 4 times in a row.
1,
Join it.
3, 4.
Doing it. Now, keep doing it.
Face this way. Face this way. Keep going. Keep going.
The girl on the side is now in the front. Tracy, take over. Face, Tracy. Now, go on with your
Good. Face this way.
ready, go.
Good. Face this way. I have to change it.
We mirror, right? We keep switching our fronts.
Mary.
Okay. Keep going.
Mary. Last line.
And finish.
Four counts of time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now do 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Try it. 5, 6 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Good. Now you have 6. You have 7, 8.
Woo! Woo! Yeah. Pink, pink. I go first. 5, 6. Here I go. 1. You go. I go again. You go.
Ready, Tracy. Turn around, face, Tracy.
Which way did you land? You went this way? Boom, boom.
Right, left.
Okay, so dance. You're going left. Right, you finish that way. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Good, Olivia, do the whole thing. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ah! 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and ah! Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Yes. Jerry, face Jerry. All right, Jerry.
Can you make a pose at the end, like your own pose? So
Invent your own
5,
name.
6, 7, invent your own final picture.
I like the hair.
5, 6, 7.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
What's the fastest you can do?
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got that. 5, 6, 7. Last time, fast and your eyes closed. Huh? 5, 6, ready, go.
Teaching technique. You made a mistake. So, you want to make sure he understands he made a mistake. So you don't say, hey, that was a mistake, that was wrong. You say, I never saw anybody do it with so much energy. He's got to be the judge. Hey, how about you being the judge? And you can pick an assistant judge. Hurry up. Good. Sit down. Good. They're going to judge you. Good enough. You can do it with your eyes open. They're going to judge. Huh? Just watch and see. Then if he did it well, we'll say good. And the ones that I picked to be the judges are the losers. Then I can say, come up and help him. You be his bodyguard. He's got to do it again. Ready? Now, I know they may not be able to do it. So I'll say, let's try it in slow motion as if you're underwater. 5, 6, 7, go. Let's watch that. Very slow motion.
Slow motion. Okay.
I'll be down to get you an attack. Ready for action. You see how beautiful it is? And what a beautiful dance. And it's a roll. Tomorrow, George Soros is a very good friend. And he is going to be 83 and he's getting married. To a 49-year-old. And I thought, what can I give him for a wedding gift? So I took a Tchaikovsky piece of music, and Jerry helped me put it together. And I'm going to choreograph it this week with 9 girls. And in the beginning of it, there are 3 little 4-year-olds. And they don't know this, but you're going to be one of them. As an example, come to break it. Rejoin her. You're in the middle. Now, remember, when I do this next week, it's going to be a wedding gift. When he gets married, what can I give him? I'm going to make a film. And it's going to start with a 4-year-old girl saying, "This is for George."
This is for George.
This is for Tamiko.
This is for Tamiko.
You say, "This is for love."
This is for love.
And then you go, "Ooh." You go ooh with it, right? Get set, cameras rolling. Action.
This is for George. This is for Tamiko. This is for love.
And then I'll fade out and you'll see 9, 10, and 11-year-old girls. I have to invent it. Sunday, I don't know what it is. But I want to try something. Can you go, ooh? Now don't smile, don't anything. Very slowly, just look straight ahead. Close your eyes very slowly. No, just your eyes. That's what I go, ooh. Each year we pick a theme. What is this year's theme?
China.
Oh, China. Because we have a where Shanghai signed a contract, the city of Shanghai signed a contract with us to train their teachers. They have how many schools now?
But right now, we're in 10 schools in Shanghai. And their plan is to quadruple it.
And in 10 years, 800
Every
schools.
school.
They want every single school to have dance and music. But our problem isn't so much the dancers, because we're training them, and they're good. It's the musicians. For example, Mary, make up a step. Now, oh, but Jerry, you didn't come in. Give us some acts.
Okay.
Right? Get set. All right, Mary, give us a step. Ready?
Okay.
That wasn't very good. Come on, Jerry. He's fading. I think he's in love. Our pianists are supposed to make the sound from the piano or the flute or the harp or the drum or the guitar. They're supposed to affect the atmosphere of the dance studio or the stage or the classroom, wherever the dance is taking place, with the drama of the moment. So if I was to say, "That's a mistake," try it again. Ready? Go. Now, well done. So that from the whole class, they can't do it in China. They're the best musicians coming out of the Conservatory of Music. They want to score. They can't improvise. They don't understand this concept of improvisation. At the moment, the drama of the moment. Anyway, I thought we've only got about 10 minutes left. And the theme this year is China. Last year, what was it?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. And the year before we did John Lennon. And then we did Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder. I don't know if you can find it. Can you find it on my cell phone? Stevie Wonder. Does anybody know how to do it? They know.
Stay with them.
Be under music. Anyway, Stevie Wonder found out we were doing this. from Stevie Wonder, happy birthday. It was 35 years of NDI, it's much more now. And suddenly this wonderful Stevie Wonder singing happy birthday comes on a disc. And it got on my disc, but never mind. Okay, so we did Wonder Storyteller with Isaiah Shepherd. Wonderful, who's gone with us now. And do you realize how strong movement is to express words? Melissa Hayden, the ballerina, dies. Pancreas cancer. Before she died, I went down to see her. I walked in the hospital room. She had an oxygen. Oh, you came for my last dance. We talked a bit, but she was going to go. So I said to her, goodbye, Melissa, I guess I won't see you again. You know the bullshit about an afterlife. There is one. It's what's left after the way you lived. We did a good job. Goodbye. I'll be glad she was there. So I thought, how can I express at her memorial what this woman was? And I found a poem by Stanley Kunitz. Melissa, I'm going to tell them about you, Melissa. When your boat snapped loose from its moorings under the squeaking of the gulls, you tried at first to wave for your dear ones on the shore. But in the rolling fog, they'd already lost their faces, and you were too tired to think of jumping and calling out. It's all right. You cannot worry about the motto stamp on your name tag, teaching children dance. You could be content to get in the slop of your cradle with the family goats. And rocked by the music. As if it didn't matter the tempos. Fast or slow. As if you didn't know how much you loved to dance. You wanted to stay on the stage forever. See what gesture can do, control of how we move, to take words. You were rocked by music. Dance is profound. I hate it, and we all do it. I fall in the trap. Kids, hey kids, come on. Not kids, children. It's not fun, it's joy. We're gonna have fun. Come on, kids, let's have fun. Come on, children, let's have joy. It takes it to the ionosphere. Yeah. And we have the words are so important. Anyway, we had to bring about 250 children on stage in 3 minutes. So we're going to do it. But wait. Before that, the most important thing there is reading. You can read Marcus Aurelius and fall in love with a friend from Caesar's ages, or a Chinese scholar, or Mark Twain, by reading. Anyway, if I hadn't read Stanley Kunitz's poetry, I wouldn't be able to attend that dance or honor Melissa the way she deserved. Everything is reading, 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 reading. And the arts, and the scientists, and philosophers, philosophy and asking who are we and why are we? Is there an afterlife? Where did my parents come from? Who are we? It's very hard for the Aborigines in Australia to accept that Lucy came from the Awash in Ethiopia, and that our species evolved out of Africa. They don't want. We were here first. We were here first. Anyway, so we did this show called Rosebud's Song. Rosebud was Sitting Bull's great something, and she loved children and taught children, and was an environmentalist. And I did this whole show, and I wanted to introduce children to literature. So how did I do it? I called up Dr. Rowe and said, give me a poem or a short story so I can put it to music, and the children can dance to it or hear the words of it spoken. Kurt Vonnegut gave me a short story. Toni Morrison gave me a beautiful poem. I asked Stephen King. He sent me 300 pages. This is my shortest book. So we never did a Stephen King. Eudora Welty called me up, and she could hardly talk. She was dying of cancer. She said, I just don't have it in me anymore. I can't answer your request. Anyway, I needed to introduce the idea of literature in the form of an interview or a biography. So I asked Barbara Goldsmith, who had written Little Gloria Vanderbilt, many wonderful. She's an investigative reporter. She went around and said, hey, what's your name? Oh, Gloria, say Mary.
Mary.
Good. Hey, Loudon. Then she got the names of the children, and then she wrote stars with shining eyes. And she started putting her impressions. And why do you dance? They all said, oh, because. So she wrote out these words. That's right. Barbara Goldsmith wrote Talking to Them. What's your name? Sanita. Right? Right. And she used those words with what dancers do all the time. Count. There are 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 counts. There's counting, and she gave it to Martin Charnin, who wrote the show Annie. And he wrote the music. He took Barbara Goldsmith's investigative reporting words that she had compiled into a poem, and he wrote the music to it. And it's become a signature piece, and it's called Why Dance? Because. And we made a film of it when we did a show called The Storyteller. So we'll end our program with taking a look at how do you get 250 children on the stage, at the same time respect the idea of Barbara Goldsmith's poem and Martin Charnin's music. Can we have the house lights out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aaron, Artis, Sushanta. Aaron, Artis, Sushanta. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Joanna, Doreen, Soraya. Joanna, Doreen, Soraya. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Natasha, Eugene, Natasha, Eugene.
whoever the musician was, and they thank the audience in this case. In every school, and we do it in different languages, in a style of different countries. Russia, Nostrovia, Danya. Oh, a little wine, a little cheese, a little. Well, anyway, ole in the spirit of Santiago. Adios, amigo. Whatever. And Korean, Hungarian, we learned to say thank you and goodbye in all those languages. And each class, the teacher is allowed to invent. And of course, they watch the children, and who got caught up with the drama of it. Maybe if they're doing a show, Romeo and Juliet, that would end up being Romeo and Juliet. It's a kind of, without the children knowing it, they're participating in an audition for how much they can suspend belief and become a Chinese mandarin in the 12th century. Why don't, is it Mary you're going to do it? All right, then, since we have no idea what Mary's going to do, take your places and say goodbye, thank each other, thank the teachers.
All right, we're going to do a New Orleans goodbye. Okay? We'll have to hear the New Orleans theme. So, dancers, help. We're going to New Orleans in the hot, hot sun.
We're going to New Orleans in the hot, hot sun.
We're walking by the river, it's so much fun.
We're walking by the river, it's so much fun.
We hear the musicians in Jackson Square.
We hear the musicians in Jackson Square.
I said, oh, New Orleans, let's take a trip there.
New Orleans, let's take a trip there.
Thank you, dancers.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, audience.
Thank you, audience.
Thank you, Bank.
Thank you,
Thank you, Bank.
thank you,
NDI.
thank you, NDI.
And thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy.
And
And
thank you, Jacques.
thank you, Jacques.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I just want to tell you a secret. I never knew how to take a bow. No, I didn't. If I had a ballerina, I could present her. But when I took my solo bow, so Madame Danilova comes and sees me dance on late, and she said, "Jacques, you dance beautiful, Swan Lake Prince, wonderful, yes, thou peasant." So she made me meet her to teach me a bow. And she said, a classical bow is the audience is lower than you're in this case higher. But you don't do this because you block your face. You do this, and you divide the audience. And don't forget the bow. And you drop your arm. Now you do the other side. So you have to do this. See that? And drop your arm. Look at the audience. Just lower your head. And look at them. You come up. Now you just made the Red Sea. You've got to bring them together. But if you do it right away, it's like you're greedy for bow. So you have to do Jacques. You have to do our shucks act. And then, after you've done, if they still applaud, go as close as you can to the audience and take them and bring them to you and hold them like you would. And just look at them. so I show Tony Randall, remember the odd couple?
Yeah.
The actors do this. They bow, right? Raise hands up, and they get a stomach ache. And watch every Broadway show the way they bow. And I told Tony, why don't you learn how to ballet dance? And he said, no, you don't realize what we're doing. He said, when we do those bows, we go, bravo!